This is the 2025 reading for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. Or if you're interested in somebody who has a lot of planetary alignments in the sign of Leo, this might also be helpful. This is a general reading, so it might not resonate with everyone. If it does, leave me a comment, let me know if it resonates with you. If it doesn't, maybe come back and revisit it in a couple months to see if it resonates then. We're going to start by pulling some Moonology cards. This will hopefully give us an idea of what months might be more important than others when it comes to decision making. And then we will pull some cards from the tarot to see what we should focus on for relationships and partnerships, be it family, romance, um, anything involving relationships. Then we'll pull some cards from the Angel and Ancestors Oracle deck to see what we should focus on for health, mental health, just life path choices. And then we'll pull some cards from another tarot deck to see what we should focus on for finances and career. And then we'll end by pulling some cards from the Animal Spirit Oracle, which will serve as little omens to show us that we're on the right track as we go through the year. So, okay. So, what month should Leo focus on this year, Spirit? Show me clearly. What should Leo be focusing on this year? I actually have the number five, so five cards. Seems like a lot, but let's see. Sometimes there's some special moon cards in here that don't have dates associated with them. So maybe that's what we're gonna get. Okay, so yeah, so this is one of the special moon cards. Your commitment is being tested. If you find yourself um struggling spiritually, uh know that that's where you're supposed to be at. This is going to be kind of a hard year energetically for the collective, and I think in particularly for the fire signs. So know that it's okay that you might feel like you're being tested this year, that things might not seem fair. And this is another special moon card, so that's why we were told five. Have faith in your dreams. So just because you're feeling tested and it feels like things aren't going to work out, uh, that doesn't mean to give up. It means to have faith. Have faith that your dreams are going to work out for you. So trust in spirit, God, universe, whatever uh, nomenclature you want to use for that type of deity figure. Just have faith that things are gonna work out. And we get another special moon card. That's apparently why we were supposed to pull five cards so we get some dates. Surrender to the divine. I think the message that I'm getting coming through here is just breathe. Breathe and know. And by know, I'm hearing know that your choices are the right choices. Know that your life has value, meaning, purpose, and it's okay if at times we waver in knowing exactly what that means to us. Um, so I'm also getting if you're a school teacher and you're feeling like, man, I don't know that I want to keep doing this, give it a few months and see. You might not want to keep doing that. And I know that's very specific and probably only meant for one or two people, but that's true in any career of service. If you're feeling like your commitment to that is being tested, it is. It is. Okay, so now we're going to get some dates. A new romantic cycle begins. So that's kind of exciting. This is the new moon in Libra. The new moon in Libra is on October 21st. So I think October is going to be a big month for you, Leo. Perhaps a start of a new relationship. Um, although I don't necessarily know that this means that you haven't met this person before October. Um, it also it could just be falling in love with your career again. It could be falling in love with your partner or your spouse again. It could mean so many different things. I guess got a new grandchild is arriving for some of you in October, and that new life always kind of brings in that new vibrational energy into our lives. And then know that you and your loved ones are safe. So no matter how hard this year might feel, everyone around you has protection. And so the new moon in Cancer is, um, let's see, on June 25th. So June and um, October, I think, are going to be big months for you, but overall, energetically this year, I think it's going to be a year of self-discovery and rediscovery is what I'm getting. So rediscovering friendships, rediscovering passions, um, after feeling like things have been waning for a while. So if you feel like things are hard, know that that's going to pass, and um, life is going to move into a new direction, and things are going to suddenly. It's like getting like the fireworks in the sky. It's like all of a sudden you're just going to have this new outlook. Like you're going to wake up one day this year and think, what, life is good. Um, And those for you that are already think life is good, that's not meant for you. If you're the one struggling, that's who that's meant for. Okay, let's pull some cards about relationships. So, what does Leo need to know about relationships in the year 2025? Does Leo need to know about relationships in the year 2025? Does Leo need to know about relationships? Again, I'm getting this is coming across quite a bit in the collective. The Six of Pentacles is coming, I'm not Pentacles, Six of Cups, which is about intergenerational relationships. If you're a parent, know that you are appreciated, even whether your children are showing it or not. And if you're taking care of an elderly parent, know that they appreciate you, whether they're showing it or not. And especially, I'm getting for some of you, and I'm sorry, this is a difficult stage of your life. If you're taking care of an elderly patient or elderly parent or loved one who is maybe has like a dementia type thing, and it might feel like a struggle, and it might feel like they're not who they used to be, and they might lash out in various ways. No, no, that's not them anymore. That the physical body's still there, but that uh, coldness isn't them that you're sensing. So, so just know that the deep root part of their soul and being is very appreciative of what you're doing for them. Okay. So what does Leo need to know? Okay, so we get the Three of Pentacles. This is about forging new relationships, usually around money, but it doesn't necessarily have to be around money. Um, so I think, you know, you're going to have the opportunity to forge some new relationships, and partnerships. Perhaps, you're going to meet somebody and you're going to come up with a business idea, whether it's actually, if you're retired and money is an issue, I'm getting that it might just be like a fun kind of new thing to do. Like in our neighborhood's full of people that have little kind of mailboxes in front of their house where it says take a book, leave a book, stuff like that. That might just be fun and entertaining. But it might have to do with money and a side hustle, like selling things on Etsy, or making some Google spreadsheets and uh, making YouTube videos about how to use them so people can keep track of their budgets and selling them. Maybe you're going to meet somebody and come up with something along those lines. Take that and analogize it appropriately to your situation. Um, we get the Queen of Pentacles. This is about steadiness. Uh, you know who you are, Leo. You don't need to change who you are for anyone. Be steady in who you are, and the relationships will naturally develop the way they're supposed to. There's a reason why people don't have 80,000 close friends. It's not possible, right? So be steady in who you are. Strengthen the relationships that already exist, is what I'm being told. And also be willing to let go of the relationships that no longer serve you. Now, that doesn't mean go out and be a jerk or anything like that. What it means is that occasionally relationships aren't balanced. You know, sometimes we give more than our friends give, sometimes our friends give us more than we give them. And hopefully in the end it all works out, but sometimes it doesn't. And if there's some relationships that are no longer serving you, just know that it's okay to step away from them. I think the common theme for the collective this year is really the kind of slogan of only you need to be okay with the decisions you make. So take that as that resonates. This, and we get the Hermit card, and this is like that being tested feeling that we're getting from the Moonology card. There's going to be times where you feel isolated, but know that in the isolation, um, you have the ability to shed the light, to hold the lantern, right? The Hermit's holding the lantern and shedding the light on something that he can't see yet. And of course, the tarot is pretty gender neutral, so uh, perhaps in those times of if you're feeling, lonely, obviously if you need help, there's hotlines and stuff for that. I'm not a doctor or therapist or anything like that. This is just a tarot reading. But know that during those times where you're feeling tested, maybe lonely, maybe alone, maybe misunderstood, know that those are the times that you should be forward thinking on where you want life to develop to. And um, if you happen to have suffered a bereavement in the past, especially a spouse, I'm I'm getting that uh, being a hermit in the sense of taking time for yourself is what you're supposed to do. you're you quite don't know where that new path leads without your loved one. And I'm sorry you're going through that, but know that the light is you're going to find that light to shine, to forge ahead uh, with life. Because really the only direction there is in life is forward. So um, ultimately we all have to move forward. So hopefully that was helpful for you, Leo. Let's pull some cards from the Angels and Ancestors deck. These are usually I give messages about mental health, kind of life paths. Um, so again, I'm seeing the Elder card. That's a card in this book, and it says trust in the lineage. So all those lessons you learned from your parents, grandparents, whether they're still here, not here, um, use those wisdoms, those tidbits of wisdoms. I think they're going to pop into your head randomly at times. Little things that, maybe your parents said that at the time kind of were annoying, but now that maybe if they're not with us anymore, they're going to seem really salient. So, um, I think that's one of the bigger themes that I'm getting for you, Leo. And the other one is there's a card in here, the Stargazer card, which is about don't limit your potential. Think higher. Let's see what the cards say. And then we'll see what other messages there are. So we get the sun, enjoy success and happiness. I think this is especially important this year, Leo, because I don't know, and I don't mean this to concern anybody, but just to be brutally honest, this year might be pretty tricky in the energy. So when you have those moments, celebrate them. So um, whether that be, a new job, a new baby, a new family member, a wedding, a graduation, all those things that happen throughout the year, whether it's a good year or a bad year, take those times to feel the joy because there's going to be those hermit moments where you're going to feel isolated or want to isolate. It might be a choice, which is perfectly okay. Um, if that's uh, the way a lot of the year is going to be, it's going to be important that you use these special moments and take advantage of them. We get the air guardian. This reminds me of the hanged man in the tarot a little bit. It says shift your perspective or perception. So, you know, maybe think about things differently. It's hard to do at the time, but a loss of a job is an opportunity for a new one, right? So, you know, look at things with a different lens occasionally and think, how can, it's a very cliche, but I'm seeing a lemon in the water, but, turn lemons into lemonade. It's very cliche, but it's that concept that we need to focus on during the harder times of the year. And then we get the dream and journey. So this is like the world is your oyster, so to speak. Um, Whatever you can dream into being, do it. Whatever journeys you want to take, do it. Now, obviously, there's limitations on finances and stuff, but if I'm getting for some of you who maybe are a little bit older and retired and financially a little bit more secure, if you feel like traveling and for the very first time you're going to take a trip by yourself and it seems a little bit scary, go for it. I think start out little though, maybe start out by going to a city that you've been to before by yourself, and then think about maybe going. I'm getting bigger ideas of you know going to Australia for somebody is something you've always wanted to do, and you don't know that you can do it by yourself. Well, you can. You just have to do some research and find the maybe a tour group to go with. And even though it's like you're going by yourself, you're not really by yourself. So dream and journey. And let's pull another card for you. Uh, we get the she wolf card, which is unleash the wild within. So I think that speaks to that just forging ahead, even if it means forging ahead alone. And even if it means people around you think, oh, wow, that seems really crazy and dangerous, like, uh, you know, going to Rome by yourself seems a little bit nutty. Well, it's your life, it's your choice. You need to be comfortable with your decisions. What other people think of your decisions is really none of their business and none of your business. So, just feel that inner wild and just run with it this year, Leo. I think that's that fire energy. So let's pull some cards on career and finances. So, what does Leo need to know about career and finances this year or in 2025? What does Leo need to know about career and finances in 2025? I'm getting the Six of Pentacles, which is about giving and receiving of money. Uh, I think this can mean a variety of different things, but in particular, I think when it uh, comes down to it, there might be those of you that are a little bit more financially secure. There might be some opportunities for some very safe investments that you might want to keep your eyes out toward. I'm not a financial advisor, it's just a tarot reading. Um, and for those of you that are a little bit younger and maybe not financially secure, there might be some good opportunities to forge ahead with your career by receiving, a loan or startup, some tax breaks. So I'm getting, try to, if you have an accountant, use them, H&R Block, that kind of thing. If you're wanting to start a business, there might be some money out there for you that you don't know that you might not have to repay. Um, so the Six of Pentacles, what else do we have for Leo? Three cards for Leo. I'm also getting the Ace of Pentacles for someone. So I think a new job offers coming or just money popping out of nowhere. If you can visualize the Ace of Pentacles, it's the hand handing out a pentacle and the hand's coming from nowhere. So money might just magically appear for some of you. So hopefully that happens. Okay. We get the Eight of Wands. Things are going to move quickly, even though they don't feel like they're moving quickly. So, when it comes to your job, if you have one, if you're retired, I think this also applies. Uh, News is going to come quick and fast. So if you're working, I think you might get news of a promotion, and it might surprise you. It might just kind of come out of the blue, kind of like that Ace of Pentacles. Uh, just something surprising happens, and it happens quickly. So be prepared for that. Although don't be super trusting uh, if it's unexpected, make sure you double check that you know all the legalities behind it, right? Let's not fall for anything. I'm also getting on that note that be sure that your bank account is adding up every month. Like double check that the things that are coming out are actually things you bought. So, and then yeah, I think the Two of Pentacles, this reminds me of the Stargazer card in the Angels and Ancestors deck. You might have a choice between two jobs, which is a great, great thing, Leo. Except for one job, might pay a little bit less, one, and the other job might pay a little bit more, but you might be happier with the job that pays a little bit less. Only that's up for you to decide. But some people might question that, that choice of taking a job that pays a little bit less, but maybe has better benefits or more time off or, better hours or whatever. Uh, know that if you're faced with a choice of two different things, only you need to be comfortable with that decision. You don't need to just go with the thing that's going to make the most money because ultimately that might not work out. That might not be your path. So that's when you need to take that hermit energy and shed that lantern and really contemplate what choice do I want? What choice best serves me? And if something no longer serves me anymore, maybe I need to make the other choice. And then we get the death card, which I think is a very positive card for you this year, Leo. It's about new beginnings, right? So I think, you know, maybe towards the end of the year, you know, things are going to reach that climax and you're going to have a chance for something new, or you're going to feel suddenly reborn. And I think that also is true with your finances. You're either going to suddenly be making more money, which would be fantastic, or you're going to suddenly realize that you have enough already. Like you already had enough. You might just needed to tweak a few things over the summer for things to balance out. So I think overall for the year, as far as career and finances go, Leo, I think it's going to be a great year. I think there's going to be a lot of exciting opportunities. I think, just know that energetically, when you're having those kind of hermit type moments where you're feeling isolated or your faith is being tested, so to speak, that's exactly where you're supposed to be. And that's exactly those moments are the moments where you're going to figure out the next right step for yourself. Okay, let's pull some animal oracles for the sign of Leo. Give me five animal oracles. These will serve as little omens. So, for example, if the pig card were to come out and you saw a little statue of a pig at a friend's house, like as a decoration, that's going to serve as like a reminder that you're on the right path in 2025. So let's get five cards for the sign of Leo. And they also have little messages that I think will be helpful. So five cards for the sign of Leo. Being told to take these cards, so let's see how many that is. So we have the crow spirit. So co-create with spirit. So even if your faith is being tested, know that spirit, the universe, again, whatever nomenclature you want to assign to that, is there to work with you through those hard times. Um, and the bee spirit, this is like that two of pentacles that just popped up in the career part. Sweet results, they await. Something really good is going to happen this year, Leo. I can't tell you exactly what that is for you because this is very general, but uh, uh, trust it's going to happen. And that's what the White Raven is about. It's about trusting in the magic. Know that if you can vision it, it can happen. So, you know, the Magician card in the tarot talks about manifestation. You know, one of the best manifesting techniques there is to just act as if something has already happened. Like, when I was last on the job market, I'd walk around saying, "Oh, I love my new job." No, I hadn't gotten one yet, but doing little things like that and trusting in the magic, I think is what that card is about for you this year, Leo. And then give gratitude and grace, the turkey spirit. So there's going to be, those moments that we've talked about that are going to be really difficult. And then there's those moments like the sun card in the angel and oracle deck where we're going to celebrate. The turkey spirit is reminding us to be grateful in those moments. And the last is the ant spirit. And this goes to that idea of the Three of Pentacles and the relationship section about collaboration. Um, so there might be some opportunities for collaboration this year. So be open to that. But most importantly, I think, Leo, this year, make sure you're taking care of yourself and that you're healthy. And so that if these when these opportunities come around, you can take advantage of them. So if you see ants, hopefully not in your kitchen, but like in some obscure spot that you wouldn't expect, maybe even as a decor, turkey, a raven, or just a white bird in general, they're pretty rare. Uh, Bees or crows, know that those are just signs from spirit that you're exactly where you're supposed to be at in the year 2025. Things are going as planned, and take comfort in those. All right, please comment if this resonated with you and you found it helpful. Um, I wish you the very best in 2025. Thank you.